Hello and happy holidays. My name is Andy and I'm here with Gordon, Elizabeth, Ian, and Glenn. We are Board Game Barrister, a local game shop in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and today is a very special video where we're going to be talking about all of our favorite games from 2024 and the games we think will make awesome gifts this holiday season. Let's get into it.
I'm in the airlock and I don't know what's going on. I'm panicking. I do have some heavy weaponry with me at the end of the round. My itchy trigger finger is just accidentally going to kill every other crew member in my position if I'm last on board. I find the alien and blow it to bits.
You going to the airlock?
I am going to the airlock. In space, everyone can hear you laugh. This game is killer. Alien on board. There's an alien on our spaceship. We're trying to kill it. Odds are we're going to spend more time killing each other by accident, or, you know, if you don't like Uncle Bob, maybe not so much accident. You're going to play simple cards. They have an action, they have a location. You're going to play one action, one location, and that's pretty much the game. If you can find the alien and kill it before it kills everyone else on board, congratulations, you just won. This game is great for anyone who wants a quick play game. If you're a fan of Alien and stuff like that, absolutely have to have this one. And it's pretty much for just about anyone that wants to just sit around, have a 15-minute laugh. And in 15 minutes, you can play 2, 3, 4. The way I play, 20 games because I die immediately on the first turn every time. Fantastic game.
So Sausage Sizzle is my choice for the light family game. If you want to do a crazy dice game, this is my choice. Thematically, well, you're at an Australian barbecue. They call them a sausage sizzle, which is harder to say than you might think. And all of the fun Australian animals are coming to try and steal some sausages off of the Barbie. How many do they get? Well, that's all determined by the dice that you roll. Maybe you only get one, but maybe you can get all the way up to 28 if you roll 4 sausages on all of the dice. Fantastic choice for those of you who like the light dice game. I have played so much Sausage Sizzle. That's also hard to say. It's great. My choice for anybody who wants that light family game this year.
You get to spin it. One whole thing.
Mycelia is an excellent gateway hobby game that uses some deck building elements by collecting mushroom army people to try and remove dewdrops from your board. It's a cool combination of a shifting and movement kind of puzzly game and an engine building deck builder to let you sequence your actions to remove the stuff off of your board. I think this game is great for anybody who enjoys both, sequencing and taking the right steps in a game, and anybody who enjoys a deck building game. And it's light enough for anybody to kind of start out those genres and give it a go. I think it works well for people who are just jumping into graduating from, your Monopolies and those kind of games and jumping into more of the hobby game genre. And I think that's who it works well for.
Charcuterie is an amazing set collecting game about building your own charcuterie platter out of the dishes that are coming out into the center of the table. So you're making stacks of snacks, as I love to say, where one person at the table pulls a bunch of food items out of the bag and then decides what stacks they're each going to go in, and then everybody at the table gets to choose one of those stacks. But the person who made the stacks has to go last, so make sure they're all even and everybody gets a little bit of the good stuff. The thing I really like about this game is that it's half about the aesthetics and half about the strategy. Half of the game is actually organizing all the food in a pleasant way on your platter in front of yourself so that you can feel proud about it at the end. That comes into the game mechanics and what's overlapping what, but by the end you undoubtedly have this delightfully arranged tray of cheeses layered just so, jams and other dips off to the side with your broccoli and your crackers, things like this. Obviously, this game is good for anyone who enjoys the concept of charcuterie, but not too much because the food looks real enough that you might actually get hungry and start going for it, so beware of that part. But beyond that, it's just a really cool, straightforward, simple game where you're trying to accomplish certain goals by getting patterns of food on the table. If that sounds cool to you or the people you're shopping for, grab it.
How did you know where the pit was without looking behind you to throw the ring into it?
I can hear you. You're going, ooh! I need help!
Did you roll a natural 20?
I did again!
Yes! I loved playing Adventure Party. This is a super fun storytelling game where we get all of the adventure and tall tales of a role-playing game, but without all the mechanics and checking numbers of arrows and stuff. You have the ability to make something up as far as what your character is going to do in a fantasy scenario, and then we all have to guess how well you actually rolled your skill check based on your description of what actually is going to happen. So this is great for the people who love like Dungeons and Dragons or other adventure tales. It's all the fun and hilarity just in a party game.
Hear ye, lords and ladies. Let us journey back to the Middle Ages and not worrying about that shortened lifespan and lack of indoor plumbing. Middle Ages is a fantastic little game where you are drafting tiles to build. It's almost like you're building an ancient Middle Ages tapestry as you're building your engine. This is a fantastic game. It can be a great introduction to a little bit more complex gaming for those people who aren't really big gamers, but also has a ton of in-depth possibilities of strategy. So for your real gamers, fantastic choice, kind of all around for a lot of different people.
Mapu.
Mapu.
One of the coolest, most innovative social party games we played this year was Da Da Da. It's a game where you and the other people at the table are going to make up a fake language out of thin air. You're going to start by putting a bunch of images out on the table and assigning random syllables to groups of those images. So animals might be vo, hot temperature related things might be poo, random stuff like this. And by the end of the day, you're able to talk in that language and describe other images you're adding to the table by saying things like ma vo vo poo. And then the other people at the table understand you, and that's the goal of the game. It's so cool. It's amazing for anybody who wants kind of something that's more half activity and half game, because there's no direct competition with each other. There's no real sense of like success and failure. It's just a really wild ride where by the end of the day, you can start to refer to the things in your house as capo. Just crazy random syllables. It's so cool.
A great pick for the gamers in your life this year is going to be Daybreak. This is a nice game that has a lot of mechanics that if you play a lot of board games, you will have seen these in different iterations, but they come together really, really elegantly in Daybreak to give you a cooperative experience where together you are trying to save the world from climate change. And much like real life, it's going to start off feeling insurmountable, and then you're going to make some progress and feel like you can get there, and then hopefully you do. I tend to lose and get smacked upside the head, but that's part of the joy of any cooperative game. I love that it has some tableau building, has some engine building, has a little bit of worker placement, all things that the gamers in your life are going to know and gravitate towards. Really well done from some esteemed designers, award-winning, fantastic choice for the complex gamer in your life this year.
My pick is The Gang. It's an excellent little cooperative card game based around building Texas Hold'em poker hands and trying to rank them in their strength order. I think this one is really interesting. I think it's great for somebody who is a poker player and trying to get people into the game of poker without having that intense level of competition that a normal poker game would have and all the bluffing and trying to hide information. This one has hidden information, but you're working together to try and achieve the same goal.
Probably one of my favorite games that came out this year is Landmarks. This is a super fun clue-giving game. So if you like party games where you're also having to think and get a little bit clever, this is going to be right up your alley. The players are stumbling around blindly on a map, trying to find treasures, trying to find the exit, trying to avoid traps, and one person will be giving hints based on just writing a word onto a tile, and you have to find how these words relate to each other to navigate your way through. So if you like other word association guessing games like Codenames or any other sort of like come up with a clever clue type of games, this is going to be right up your alley.
Alrighty, there you had it. We had to pick 10 for this video, and these are the 10 we thought would be the greatest suggestions if you just need some really good ideas for you and your loved ones this holiday season. But we've got an entire store's worth of amazing games right outside our door here, and those are all in our online store along with these ones, so you should just check it out and see what looks good to you. We hope you find something cool in there. If you have any questions about the games we talked about today or other cool ideas, leave a comment on this video. We'll get back to you as soon as we can, and subscribe. We'll do more cool stuff for New Year's and into the year 2025. We'll see you then. Thank you so much.